Maybe it's an error. God, I wish I could pause on that loading screen, but it was like, Lady was an error. Doggy a day. King. Barber, priest. Is I'm assuming the order of the silhouettes.
싱싱한 풀이 보이네.
After a short journey, we came upon a quiet and solemn-looking room, and in front of it stood a group of blood fiends looking at us in anticipation. But they all appeared to have gone through their share of battles. Many of them appeared injured and out of breath, clearly exhausted. Are you here for the excuse me, for the confession? Confession. What are you talking about? Within this room is the one who forgives our sins. But before you enter, take a deep breath and please give an honest answer to my questions. First, how intense are your desire for blood today? 1 for a lot, 2 for mildly, 3 for somewhat, 4 for intensely, unbearable, 5 for it is driving me insane, 6 for it is killing me. Those don't quite go in like order of progression. Because if 6 is the highest, 1 being a lot, to 2 being mildly, and 3 being somewhat doesn't quite shape up as the lowest. This one kind of seems out of it too. Whatever nonsense art thou speaking of? 'Tis none, of course. Then here's my second question. Did you consume your hemo bar today? 1 for yes and 2 for no. What? Don't cut me off. You must answer all these questions to be granted audience with the priest. If you have not consumed a hemo bar today, then please explain your reasoning. Damn it, isn't obvious? It tastes like shit. Even sucking blood from an insect would taste better than that. You'd agree, wouldn't you? Huh? Oh boy. Guys, get ready. Last question. Did you feel the parchedness in your throat when you looked at a human today? Say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, 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 yes. Yes, always. Like I'm about to go insane. No, actually, not really. Not even for a moment. You guys starved of blood for a long, long time. Oh, so those...
끝났습니다.
무엇을 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가 시작이랬어.
Their versions are actually kind of like... They also don't have the same crystallization as these other ones do. I think these are the more blood bags anyway. If I'm right. Yeah, Eerie Blood Bag versus Ghost Blood Fiend of Failed Penance.
깔끔하게.
합격장.
꽤 잘 먹혀 들어가는 공격이었습니다. 제 지시를 정확하게 이해하셨군요.
지금이야말로 꿈밤을 보여줄 시간이네.
Who was amusing chef for your true was probably the only blood fiend vampire unit currently in use on my teams. Because she's a cannibal.
칼날이 잘 드네요. 아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠?
직원들이 유리한 조건에 있습니다.
무슨 맛일까?
아, 동랑님이 말씀하시길 이번 전투가 성공적으로 끝난다면 근사한 회식에 데려가 주신다고 하더군요. S사 투뿔 소고기로.
반복하겠는가?
Nice.
비뚤어졌구려.
조금씩 나아가고 있네요. 계속
Okay, 6
힘내주세요.
more.
무슨 맛일까?
저 시시게
Coming down to endurance.
유쾌한 결투였네.
And I think I still have more.
우리가 우세한 상황이야.
Out of curiosity,
그렇다고 비스킷을 꺼내
I'm
먹으면서
short
싸우라는 얘기는
one
아니었는데.
gluttony.
깔끔하게.
We're doing a gluttony.
이런 것도 되죠. 편하게
승객이
가자고요.
딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
별것도 아니네. 팔 하나 가져간다.
합격장. 비뚤어졌구려.
직원들이 유리한 조건에 있습니다.
넌 무슨 맛일까?
동랑님이
유쾌한
말씀하시길
결투였네.
이번 전투가 성공적으로 끝난다면 근사한 회식에 데려가 주신다고
Sandra,
하더니
you're about to be pulled from the
애써서
announcer list
숯불 소고기를
because you're still talking. Thank you. Ah, I have sinned. I have sinned once again today. I confess. Take me to the priest. They say it's all going to be okay if I visit the priest when I feel thirst, they said.
신부라는 점은
So that priest is in there, right?
순서를 기다려야 할
You're going to have to wait your turn.
다른 놈들도
The other ones saw the priest too. Must have been sinners as well. So there might be a queue.
신부님은 언제나
Oh, the priest
우리를
gladly
모든 죄악들을
name the sins in our stead. We should probably check on what's behind this door, right?
나리 본인이
I shall take the
앞장서겠네.
vanguard. Manager Esquire. Whoa.
야긴 놈들을.
Villains.
확실한 건 우리가 문을
What I am
열어줄
certain of
때까지
is that this intruder will never leave us alone until we open our gates.
이제 슬슬 결판을
We
내셔야 할
must
시간
put an
아닙니까?
end to this insolence soon. Wouldn't you agree?
너도 얼른 물 만들어야 날 이해할 텐데.
I suppose you will understand me when you create your own ADVN. Okay, the number of blanks doesn't. KIN. Is it KINDRED? Kindred? Maybe that's it?
안 그래도 오늘이야말로
Where not, I
끝내려고
intend to put
했다.
an end to this today. I have been planning to do so for a while. When we entered, we saw a dying blood fiend nearing his death. His mask was already cloven in half, revealing the pitiful tragedy behind. It no longer served as a mask to hide his face. Have you come here to confess your sins?
오셨습니까?
Ah, what joy. Rarely do I receive those who are so willing to confess. This one,
이미 면목은
he's
남지
only
않은
a smoldering stub.
지그시 밟아버리는
I could snuff out his embers with a gentle stomp.
걸작을 자아냈나? 마의
In a truth that may be revealed by close inspection is spoiled by none other than Sanson himself.
건드리지 마. 저건 내 사냥감이야.
Don't touch it. That thing is mine. Ji-Chu and her men approached us, appearing to be in pristine condition compared to the priest. Ji-Chun,
입도 열지 마.
shut up. I don't want to waste any more time talking to you. Hanglu, laugh at that. This one's almost dead. What's the point of keeping him alive? Isn't it obvious? There are signs of torture. It seems that the device in Area 2 has already been activated, so what are you torturing him for? Prying for more information? Yes, haven't I told you already? My goal isn't the eradication of Lamanchaland. Okay, but I doubt you came all this way here just to enjoy torturing some blood fiend. You're right. We're not like those blood fiend hunters. We don't torture them for sport. The hunters exist only to inflict as much pain as possible against as many blood fiends they can get their hands on, you know. They don't even care about the money. But I don't care about either of those. What I'm looking for is a specific piece of information I came all the way in here for. I wanted to know what specific piece of information she was talking about, but I was pretty positive that she wasn't going to answer that question anyway. Well, you arrived just in time. I was just about to crush its skull and brain within it anyway. No amount of pain could wake it from whatever this dazed state it's in, as you can see. It must have been long driven mad from pain. Reminds you of the tricks from back home. That can induce such an effect, doesn't it, big brother? Ji-Chu asked as she gestured toward the priest, who was splayed out helplessly on the ground. Her voice was dripping with contempt. Despite her viciously threatening words, the look on the priest's face was serene. He looked at us with eyes that couldn't be more at peace. Seeing you and your friends reminds me of one of the visitors to my confessional. I don't quite recall when it was, but a blood fiend by the name of Lorenzo became a repeat visitor to the confessional. At first I wasn't sure why he would feel the need to visit me. He simply exuded positivity that much. Oh dear priest, I'm doing great today. These hemo bars really are some impressive inventions. Oh, I gobbled up 110 hemo bars today in one sitting. That has to be some record, right? Tragically, Lorenzo's positivity did not last. Today, I licked the syringe for 3 hours. There was a droplet of blood on that thing, and I can't forget that blissful taste lingering on the needle. I didn't eat a single hemo bar today. We've known for a while that these stupid bricks don't do anything. They do jack shit for us, and you know that. How much longer are we going to have to live like this? I knew the answer to his question, so I gave it to him. You know this already, Lorenzo. From endless forbearance comes coexistence. So sing and clear. Sing interlinearly, the more pain you feel, bury it, suppress it with laughter. Let laughter never end here at Lamanchaland. However, the last time I saw a true, genuine smile on Lorenzo's face was moments before he was buried under this place, his head burst open, his brain spilling. It made me curious. What is the meaning of burying someone who lives still? You and I would never know the answer to that question, would we? Did you bury the body of Cassetti yourself as well, That fugitive? Unhand me. Don Quixote? Yeah, that's enough of this nonsense. Get out of my way. Ji-Chu swung her fan toward the blood fiend, but he was nowhere to be seen. Wei stepped in at the last second to block the blood fiend's strike from behind. The priest had the most profound faith of them all. When did the magician? The faith that everything will be alright. The faith that everything shall be as you will. The faith that we shall all find happiness at the end of all things.
그리고 신부는
And
우리
he
중
was the only one of
고통받는
us
자들을
who did not
외면하지
turn his
않았던
back on our suffering.
유일한 자였습니다. 그래서 우리 중 인내의 끈을 놓으려는
So when more and more of us began
하나
losing our
둘
grip,
생기기 시작할
losing grip of our patience, he was the first to reach out to them,
그들에게
gave
손을
them a
내밀었죠.
helping hand.
하지만 다른 이들의 마음을
Yet the one
돌보는
who
자는
cares for the hearts of others cannot
자신의
help but
마음을
fail to tend to his
돌보는
own.
것은 이 한 칸짜리 조그만 방
Alone in
안에서
the corner of this tiny, tiny room, the priest's heart ailed and withered.
우리 중에 이를
How
알아채는
many of
사람은
us knew this, I
몇이나
wonder?
있었을까요?
이봐. 자연스럽게 끼어드는 건 이제
Hey,
아무래도
I'm really
심한
happy
말이야.
for you that you've mastered your art of butting naturally into conversations like this.
이번에도 호락호락하게
But you're
동료를
sorely
데려갈 수
mistaken
있을
if you
거라
think you can
생각하면
just
못
pluck
살려.
your friend away again. Got that?
정확히는
Let's be
이야기를
precise.
계속 이어지게 하기
I am
위해
here
온
only to
겁니다.
continue the tale.
이 악인이 자꾸만 간악한 실수를 부리며 우리를
Villain
교란하게
hast thou
하는군.
come here to distract us once again with thy vile tricks.
아니 그럴 리가
No, no,
있나요?
of course not.
제가 간악한 실수를
My
부린다는
vile
건
tricks
당신들이 아니라
are all for
당신,
you, and none other.
오직
Only
당신
for you.
하나만을 위해.
What?
자, 분위기가
Well, that's
울적해지는
enough misery for a tale. Hmm?
아직 당신에게는
You have so many more riveting tales of adventures to share, don't you?
위대한 모험가
Oh, Don Quixote, the great adventurer?
본인이 아무리 위대한
Many
모험을
a great
겪어왔다고 하나
adventure have I undertaken, yet I have no tale of the tale for one so vile as thee.
이런
My,
제가 배려가 부족했군요.
I should have been more mindful, I suppose. Stepping on
혼자서는
the stage
부끄러우시나요?
all on your lonesome must be a tad embarrassing. Hmm?
그런 뜻이 아니라
That is not what
이해합니다.
I fully understand. It is no easy task to command the entire audience alone on the stage.
그럼
Allow me to offer you some
제가
assistance.
도움을 좀
Oh, Rocinante. I don't want to leave. I don't. Why do you refuse to obey me? Stop. That was...
방금 그것은
What was that?
무엇이었나?
오랜만에 공연에
I
긴장한
must have
나머지
slipped.
실수를 저질렀군요.
Please, it's been a while since my last show.
실수?
Slipped?
공연이 무르익다 보면
Sometime the order of things go out of whack when the play reaches its crescendo and swelling emotions sweep you off your feet.
심심한 사과의
I offer my
말씀을
sincere apologies.
다시
Let us begin anew.
시작해보겠습니다. 하얀 달의
From
기사와
the day of that fateful duel against the Knight of the White Moon.
전부터 말이죠.
그
That duel was one of the greatest battles I have ever had the honor of partaking in.
대단
Don Quixote's voice falters once again, falling unnaturally quiet. Sanson must be working his trickery again.
그 대단한 전투가
Indeed, that duel was the first meeting of Don Quixote and the Knight of the White Moon.
우리의 모험가
The same
동키호테를
knight who guided our Don Quixote the adventurer to the river in the deep, to the river of oblivion.
깊은 곳에 가.
River in the deep.
관리자님,
Manager, I think I know what's going on.
사람은
That man is...
우선 대역에 집중하시죠.
Now, let us focus our roles for now, shall we?
보아하니
Let's see here.
처음으로 만난
The
대단한
knight was the
상대였습니다.
first one
당신의
ever to match your strength, correct?
맞소. 그 자는
Verily, the knight
정말
was
강했지.
one of truly impressive might.
진짜
Shite, not again. Nah, this is getting really annoying.
하얀 달의 기사는
The Knight of the White Moon was garbed in the rags of an outfit that appeared rather unfamiliar and ridiculous.
수완. 본인에게 먼저
'Twas the
결투를
knight who
신청한
challenged me
그
first as
기사였다.
well. Forsooth, I was impressed by that daring courage.
아마 도시를
Perchance the
떠돌며
knight
명성을
was
떨치고
curious to
있었던
test my
본인의
might,
실력이
as my name was
궁금했으리라
was known far and wide in all corners of the city through mine adventures.
위대한 모험가인
A great
당신은
adventurer like you would have
거절하지
accepted that duel with gusto, certainly.
당연한 말을.
Indubitably.
본인은 흔쾌히
I
외쳤다네.
pride thusly a true adventurer cowers from
마다하지 않는다.
not from a duel or one's challenge. Let us battle, O brave knight.
당신의 창과
Thus began the storm of blades as your lance
있는 힘껏 부딪혔죠.
clashes with the knight on the white moon's great sword.
모든 결투에는
Yet with
그냥
every duel, no matter how
조건이란
great or trivial,
그 대단한
comes certain
전투도
stakes. The
예외는
historical
아니었을
duel
겁니다.
must have been no different. I care not whether I am to emerge the victor or the loser of this battle. Yet, O Don Quixote, should thee meet my challenge in a fair duel, I promise thee that in thy hands I shall present what thou seekest most.
대담하고
Most.
노기불등하게 또 결투자의
Only
무기가
at Versailles the
서로
combatants clashed once again,
로신한테가
and Rocinante
결투의 신호를 알렸죠.
signaled the start of this
이
duel.
결투를
Because if anyone was watching, it would be Rocinante. Poor Gregor. Ready, go.
우리는 사흘 밤낮 동안
For 3
쉬지
suns and
않고
3
칼을
moons, we
부딪혔네.
tested the night mights of our blades.
잠깐.
Hold on.
당신은 칼이
Were you
아니라
holding a lance,
창을
not a
들고
blade
있지
sword?
않았나요?
말이 그렇다는 것이지.
'Twas but a figure of speech. Oh god, it's fixed. It's fixed based on again. I don't like this. Fine.
둘의 대결은 정말이지 막상 막하.
The duel from its first class to the last was evenly matched with no clear winner pulling ahead.
보는 이들의 손바닥에는
And every spectator's hands began to grow slick with anxious sweat.
주위엔 어느덧 응원하는 자들도 생겨났지.
Ryosh, you got an outfit! Some had gathered to cheer us on as well.
교태님.
Yea, Lord Don Quixote, you can do this, your worship.
저 녀석 얼굴 한번 볼만하네.
Look at the lass's face, now that is priceless.
그럼 저는 하얀 달의 기사
Well
쪽을
then,
응원할래요.
I'll cheer on the night of the white moon. Let's keep things fresh.
와, 기사님.
Whoa,
힘내세요.
brave knight, you've got this.
본인의 칼끝은
The
기사의
tip of my
왼쪽
blade
어깨에
hewn deep
내리꽂혔고
into the knight's left shoulder, while the knight's blade left a slight gash on mine ear.
위대한 모험가 돈
Oh no, the great adventurer Don Quixote wounded in a duel? Is everything alright?
괜찮다네.
Worry not.
교태에서 얻은 상처들은 명예로
For all is
거듭날
right
뿐.
indeed. Wounds gained in battle are all but seedlings of honor. 'Tis no blemish on mine.
물론 본인의
Well, I
실력이
do believe that my
조금 더
skills were a
좋았다고는
smidge
생각하네.
superior to the knight's. Perchance I had decided to put a little
날릴
more
수
strength
있었을
behind my
테지.
strike. I may have dealt a blow most final.
둘은 서로
The combatants charged one another at full speed
최후의 승패를
to see
갈기
who shall
위해서
emerge
말이죠.
victorious from this epic duel. Crap, I feel like I have to win this one. Because Dawn is supposed to win this one.
100초만 기다려줄게.
출진이다.
I don't know if there's any logic to this. Everything's question marks? I feel like there's a hidden win rate. Could have sworn I won that clash. But wait, it's all question marks, so who the fuck knows? Now it all just seems scripted. This seems actually, now I'm realizing, also very purposeful. It requires pride based on doesn't have pride, so you cannot use ego.
출진이다.
알다시피 전 감성적인 말을 하는 것에 능숙한 편은 아닙니다. 입에 발린 공감보다는 신속한 해결이 우선 아니겠습니까?
출진이다.
Excuse me? Okay. Okay, that was scripted as all hell. For sure.
과연
And the
승자는
victor.
누구였나요?
Who won?
결과는
'Twas
승자도
neither.
패자도 없었네. 왜냐하면
The duel ended in a draw.
우승이었기 때문이지.
A highly irregular occurrence.
그럼 다시
Then
한번
did you resume your
결투를
duel then and
시작했나요?
there?
아니.
Nay, as great as I may have been as an adventurer, in my heart was no such vicious ruthlessness, where I knew the significance of clemency.
그래서 기사에게
I asked
이렇게
thusly to
말했지.
the knight,
쉬지 않고 사흘 밤낮
For
동안
3
결투를
suns and 3
치르느라
moons we have
우리
dueled
모두
and
지쳐 있는
fatigued, hast
상태인데
set and in
이쯤에서
for many
잠시
days.
휴식을 하는 것이
Why not
어떻겠느냐?
rest to lie thy blades for a moment and recover?
이 이상으로 계속해서
Should we
결투를
continue to duel
치르다가는
in this state, the countless spectators shall get in much their needed rest, no?
그래서야
'Tis too
우리들이
cruel to
너무
force them to
불쌍하지.
or go sleep only to see the outcome of this duel.
그렇지 않은가? 루신한테
Wouldn't thou not agree, Rocinante?
로신한테는 대답했습니다.
Rocinante replied,
맞는
yes, your
말씀입니다.
worship.
혹은
Or,
신발은 말이 없다.
no response, it's just a pair of shoes.
아니면 혹은
Or maybe this is
이렇게
what
말할
Rocinante
수
said.
대체 그
I
바보 같은 전투는
was
언제
wondering when this
끝나나
dumb, pointless battle would come to an end.
일찌감치 간식을
I prepared some
준비해놨으니까
refreshments, so
그거나
why
같이
don't the two of you enjoy them together or something?
그렇게 해서
Thus the long duel came to an end.
그럼 그 전투의 승리자는
So is it really
없었을까요?
true that no one claimed
정말
victory in this battle?
무승부로 남았을까요?
Did it truly end in a draw?
그
The duel
전투는 본인의 모험 속에선
was indeed a
이례적인
draw,
무승부였어.
highly irregular in the tales of mine
일시적인
adventures. A brief truce, if thou wilt.
하지만 엄밀히 말하자면
Yet I must
승자는
claim
본인이네.
that when it comes to
왜냐하면 마지막에 겨눌 때 칼이
technicalities, the true victor was myself.
부러져 있었거든.
Upon our final clash, my lance was pressing forcefully upon the knight's blade.
본인은
Still,
그럼에도
with a heart of
불구하고
boundless generosity, I
같은
offered the knight
마음으로
a chance to parley with me a truce.
그러시군요.
So you did.
그렇게 해서 기약 없는
Now that
휴전을
you've
하게 된
compromised on this truce with no promise and date, what happened thereafter?
우리는
We became friends. A friendship
결투를
forged in the
통해
clash of
다져진
blades.
우정사.
It is a cliche trope, or
뻔하면서도
how rare it
드문
is
일이군요.
in reality.
그렇다면 기사의 호언대로
Then did your
당신의
wish come
바람은
true, just as the knight had so boldly proclaimed?
그런 것
Perchance?
너희
Do any of you know what technique you're using?
몸이 계속
Can't
움직이지도 않고
move, not even an inch.
그걸 알았으면
Yeah, did you think we were all standing here like mannequins for the hell of it?
하지만 제가
Let me
짐작했을
interject
땐
and
말이죠.
posit that
둘의 우정을
posit
질투한
that
자들도
some
생겼을
were
겁니다.
likely jealous of that friendship.
모험가와 기사
A
간에
friendship so
돈독한
bold,
인생.
especially between an adventurer
시기를
and a
유발하기
knight,
마련이니까요.
is bound to invite certain envious hecklers.
그것
Yes, indeed.
주위의 많은 이들이
Many did grow envious of
우리의
this
우정을
fellowship between
시기하는
us.
가시추님,
Lady Shuchu, stay on guard.
다들 정신 차려.
Wake up. Don't let the words of that man delude you. And
바로
yes, and
저렇게
exactly what
말했어요.
those hecklers said.
하지만 진실된
You
우정을
wish to maintain
끝까지
this
지키고
true
싶었던
friendship for as long as
당신은
possible, however.
둘의 사이를 갈라놓으려
So you swung your
했던
righteous lance of justice
그
against those who
정의로운
dared to attempt to
렌스를
wedge a divide
휘둘렀습니다.
between you two.
렌스를
You
휘둘렀습니다.
swung your lance. No, don't let him. Foul villain.
어디서 또다시
How
더러운
darest thou
실수를
employ
쓰는
such vile trickery again?
이런
Oh my.
그만 이야기가
It seems the
끊겨버려.
story was cut short.
가련한 자들입니다.
What tragic sort they are.
신부는
The
이
priest had wished to
모두에게
care for them
정성스러운
with all
마음을
his
담아
heart, only to
보살피셨죠.
fail.
정작 이곳을 만든 자는
All the while,
제대로
the
돌아보지도
one who
않았는데
created this place did not care for them.
들리시나요?
Did you hear it?
저곳은
Too.
오늘도
Even today, the
퍼레이드가
parade
한창
continues.
라만차 랜드의
Do you
카니발
not-
속 퍼레이드는
You do not want to miss out on the La Mancha Lands Carnival and its parade.
그러니 다음 이야기는
It appears that our story must
잠시
wait until
미뤄두겠습니다.
next time. With that, Sanson lightly flicked his staff against Shinchu's pose. Most of her men stumbled for a moment before slumping into the floor unconscious. As the sinner stood there in shock, he disappeared from our sight. Blood bags and blood fiends began to fill the void Sanson left behind. I almost thought Don was about to kill Hung Lu's sister. This one isn't... Oh, I guess it's because it's story and not fight. Yeah, those don't cost anything. Who is he? He almost took out my entire faction with a single flick. We didn't even stand a chance. That's what I'd like to know, lass. By the way, you there. Who are you? Jiju pointed at Don Quixote. That guy seemed very interested in her for whatever reason. Forsooth, that scoundrel must have recognized that I am the most dangerous threat against his villainous plan to foment evil. As the sinner gathered themselves, Wei held the line, holding back the endless horde of blood fiends and bloodbags. He was protecting his men, yes, but his primary concern seemed to be with the horde getting in Jichu's way. While I do not like this, I must suggest that you accompany your blood relative. Wei, what if he tries to take this opportunity to kill me? But this young master is different. Unlike the others, I know, he's not the type to do something like that. Imagine if it was big sister Yuan-chu. She would have sent her assassins after you the moment you met. Right. I guess if it was anyone else among my siblings, they would have sent their lackeys after us already. Or maybe I'm not even worth that much effort already. Thus, young master Bao Yu is our only hope, my lady. There is no recourse. You hear it? The endless melodies. I know. Something went wrong in Area 3. Will you be coming with Jichu? Just a temporary alliance, that's all. From the looks of it, neither of us are interested in the reward money dividends, which means that we're both here looking for something else. So at least until we get what we want, I know. We'll be fighting against once grandmother's snack runs out, right? She's quite haughty for someone who should be groveling at us for help. Me and my men cleaned up Area 2 in less than an hour, and you only got here your way after we finished. Hey, we just forgot to pick up something, so we had to backtrack, that's all. I'm telling you, we wiped the floor with them in less than 30 minutes. Great. Then we should have no trouble cleaning this place up once I join you, right? Consider me a useful first-rate silver snug. Why don't you? I'd say we're on quite the even ground. Why would I grovel for help? Les is so shameless and I'm at a loss for words. Oh yeah, I see the family resemblance now, man. Is that a compliment? It's an insult. We didn't fight the priest. Sinclair's concerns and Don Quixote's delusions. Sinclair's been concerned since day one and Don Quixote's been delusional since day one. So that bizarre blood fiend nabbed the priest as well, eh? Considering that he's also the one who took the barber from Area 1, you know what else is nagging me? In a way that he talks, saying absolute bonkers shite with a straight face like he's the only sane man. It can be said that the purpose of this behavior is to collect necessary stage props, or perhaps the main cast of a stage play. In that case, we must keep our eyes on the stage play he wishes to show us, for we are yet to observe the specifics of his intent. If only you'd kept your mouth shut. That is... I simply cannot a stop to myself when he asked me to regale me with mine adventures. They are truly the most ingenious tales, I say, though I may speak them perforce, once driven by villainous compulsion. Prithee, listen well.
가시춘 씨 말대로
And like
마음만
Teacher
먹으면
said, he
저희를
could have
충분히
easily taken
제압할
us
수
out if
있었을
he
텐데.
wanted to, but he didn't.
그러죠.
I hate this. I really don't like how it feels when we're just playthings in the palm of his hand.
저
Excuse me, manager. I mean, Dante. Sinclair carefully called over to me.
눈치채고 계실
I'm
거라고
sure you already
생각하지만
noticed this, but I thought I might mention it just in
이번
case.
임무는
This mission... Sinclair hesitated for a while, unsure of how he should word this, then looked directly at me with the degree of conviction.
돈키호테 씨와 관련된
It's all about
것이라는
Don
걸요.
Quixote,
그리고 그걸
and she's
돈키호테 씨는
is
모르고 있고요.
completely oblivious to it.
비통하게 그지없고
Fie, what tragedy to let that abominable blood beam slip away.
그런 것 치고는 훌렁
Yeah,
넘어가서
you look
이야기만
totally
잘
torn up about
나누던데.
it when we were excitedly telling us about that duel. Hardly did I know that a request to hear my tale would have such seductive strength. 'Tis one of my dreams indeed, yet how could I allow myself to be seduced like this? Once this mission is complete, I shall train my mind to the utmost. I stared at Don Quixote, who was chattering away with the other sinners in her usual blissful cluelessness, then back at Sinclair. Clearly, he was as conflicted about this as I am. Yeah,
그리고
and I'm sure
그걸
you
저희에게
have a good
알려주지
reason
않는
for not telling us what you know
반드시
about
있는
her.
이유가 있는
Also, yeah,
기억나세요?
remember,
제가 고향에 갔을 때
back when we all went to my hometown, Don Quixote gave me one real heck of a beatdown. I'm sure everyone, including myself, remembered what happened after Guido's death.
지금
Thinking back to it
생각하면 좀
now, it's a bit
부끄럽긴 하지만
embarrassing, but I remember what Don Quixote said when I was starting to lose control. Told me that I had to return to my
그런
senses.
상황에서
I'm sure it needs a degree of courage and determination to rise to the occasion like that.
하지만 돈키호테 씨는
But she stepped in without hesitation for my sake. I want to be like her, and I've been trying my best to be like her. Well, I probably have a long way to go, but still,
너무 과분한
it's not
욕심은
too much for me to hope for, right? No, I don't think that's a... I think that's a good kind of thing to hope for.
뭐가 좋은 욕심이라는
Pray
것인가?
tell, what good kind of hope art thou speaking of? Don jump scare.
뭘 그리 놀라는 겐가?
I don't seem to have caught thee off guard. What is it? Oh, we were just chatting about this contract.
관리자나리도
Has thou
깨달아버린 것인가?
wised up to it as well, then? No way.
아무리 봐도 말이야.
Verily, there is no other way to look at this. This mission, it must be all about
누군가
young Hong
관련
Lu.
있어 보이지 않는가?
Dost thou see it as I do? Oh, the perfect way to sprinkle in more delusion. Because if Hong Lu's here and Hong Lu's sister's here, hey, that's more. Hey, Don, look over here. Don't look at the goddamn mirror. Okay. Hong Lu? Major Esquire? I aspire need for thee to improve thy insight. Hong Lu's expression hath appeared quite peculiar today, and I don't see what's different about him today.
거기다 혈육과
He has
예상치
even
못한
had a
재회도
dramatic
하지
reunion with
않았는가?
the long-lost blood relative.
또한 들어본 적도 없는
Don,
수많은
you
혈육의
have
이름들과
unwittingly
그의
probably
향기까지
been in contact with at least 3 now. Blood fiend blood relatives, but still counts. And forgot the not about the sudden onslaught names of his other kin and this potent aroma of secret eminence. Enmities, which may signify a tragic history of familial drama. Familiar drama is certainly in Hong Lu's. It's also in yours. Though I myself nay area one to call my kindred blood. I must imagine that such confrontations must be quite harrowing.
그러니 관리자
Thus,
나리
Manager Esquire. Huh?
홍루군을
Prithee,
잘
take good care of
돌봐주시게.
young Hung Lu.
어떻게 보면 우리
Verily, from a
모두가
certain
제각각의
perspective,
모험을
we are
하는 중
sailing
아닌가?
through each of our own adventures, wilt thou not say? That's true.
모험은 곧
And an
고행과
adventure is
같이
very much
그
like a
험난한
journey of
여정을
suffering.
꺾이지 않는
'Tis
마음으로
imperative
극복해
that thy
나가는
heart
것은
remain
굉장히
steadfast through the
중요한
trials and
일이다.
tribulations of the quest.
예를 들어
Allow me to share a
옛날에
tale of my
했던
old
모험에서 보면
adventure to
말이지.
demonstrate this. This
그것은 난
tale
선술집에서
took place in a
일어난
tavern
일이었는데.
like any other in which Don Quixote's tale of adventure continues through our entire journey to Area 3. Some sinners and I did pay some attention to it, but we didn't find much of our story to be of any use. So Area 2 was a quick pass through. So I guess we're doing 2 and 3 in 1. And then center attraction in the final bit. But it seems like a good pause point. Oh, Lord. I'm trying to think. I kind of expected more of a fight with the priest, but maybe that will come in toward the final act, but it also seemed to suggest that he was, no, because Sanson stopped G2 from making the final blow, so the priest would still be alive. I could see potentially not Don Quixote and it being Miguel, as like Miguel took over. But the only one who would seem to have like the power to make La Mancha Land occur, I would assume as Don Quixote. This is making me a little bit less into the split personality. I think there is still some sort of split, but it's not necessarily like a separate person, but it is potentially Blood Fiend Dawn is more lucid and more aware and knowing that they are not Don Quixote, but using Rocinante as sort of a seal to become Don Quixote in mind. It's potentially time for the true third sinner to wake up, which would be Sancho instead of Don Quixote in name.